Hello. I am so excited to share about visualization with you today. That was the winner. So thank you everyone who told me what you wanted to hear about. And, I may just end up sharing more. So let me know what other of the practices you'd like to hear about. But for today, we are talking about the power of visualization and using it as a tool to build energetic resilience, to love your nervous system, and to really ditch anxiety. And this is especially helpful for sensitive, deep feeling people. I'm sharing this as a kind of a prelude to the busy holiday season. It can be really helpful, and really it's a powerful tool to use anytime, all the time. I'm going to share two practices with you today. And first, I just wanted to briefly go into what I'm meaning when I say visualization. And visualizing, it's really a word you need to enunciate. I'm waiting for myself to have a nice slip of the tongue. Visualizing is a powerful tool that involves a lot of inner communication among your mind, your body, your emotions, and your energy. And it's a way of seeing internally, seeing what's happening inside of you, seeing um, intentions, visions, goals, desired outcomes for situations, and more. I mean, really, it's a very broad, widely applicable practice that can be used in many situations to help us with lots of things. And this power of sight exists in your imagination and and intuition. So this kind of if the chakra system is familiar to you at all, this kind of third eye area, this like very internal sight. And this time of year in particular, it's dark, right? This is the darkest it's going to get before the solstice in the middle of December when the sun returns and when things start to brighten up again. And so I bring that up because it's a beautiful metaphor. The darker it is, the better that we can see. Yeah, so just kind of holding on to that maybe as you practice this visualization practice in these coming weeks when it's really dark, like what can I see now that it's really dark? How much more access do I have to myself inside of myself? So I just wanted to plant that nugget. Seasonal living is a very important part of my work and my own practice. So this place of imagination and intuition, and like I said, it's a wonderful resource to help us empower ourselves to build that energetic resilience and to really soothe our nervous systems and find that confidence and that stability really as a sensitive, deep feeling person in a world that isn't really designed to be supportive of us. Like I said, there are many ways to do these. I'm going to share two with you today. And there's guided meditation at the end, very briefly, we'll do together because that will help me to explain it better, right? Let's experience it versus just explaining. So stick with me till the end. Um, just a quick note. It's important to remember that there's actually a very small segment of the population that cannot see these internal images, these internal pictures. And so, if that's you, I invite you to still practice this. And rather than focusing on trying to see and visualize and have these images, really focus then on sensations. And so that's true for any of us who are working with this. And if the seeing the images are hard to really be with, focus more on the feeling, the sense, the kind of felt embodied um, happening rather than the visualizing. So let's share these two practices I came here to share with you. So visualizing is this multi um, dimensional, multi layered happening within yourself, right? There's like the mind and the intuition, you're tuning into your body and the sensations that arise, you have your imagination and your intuition at play and working together. It's powerful. It's powerful. So, first one I'm sharing with you is so simple. I bet you've already done it before. Visualizing outcomes. Visualizing outcomes. So before events, before conversations, before the day ahead, it can be really helpful to see your ideal outcome for this thing. Really see yourself going through all the steps, like in mundane detail. Really see yourself going through having that conversation, going to that thing, having just the day ahead that you're going to have. Really see it and let it play out the way that you really want it to play out. So let yourself see it as your most ideal outcome. And this can be particularly helpful before things that are going to be challenging or anxiety inducing, right? So before a tough conversation, before a social outing, a social gathering that you're maybe not that excited about, really let yourself see it all happening, see it all play out, and let it play out in the way that you most want it to play out. Very important. And it might sound very simple, but it's so powerful, super powerful. And then watch how when you get to the thing, right, in your external world, when it actually comes, it goes very, very differently. And so again, as you're working with these visualizations, tune into all parts of you, right? So the physical body, noticing sensations, noticing maybe as these anxious thoughts come up as you're feeling into whatever's coming up, shift it as your ideal outcome is playing out, as you're visualizing it. You're going to kind of train your system physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically to have that outcome, the ideal outcome, come to fruition. Okay? The second and final practice for visualizing that I'm sharing with you is using it as a way to clear and protect your energy. So, this could be a whole other topic for a whole other time. I teach about this a lot there's a whole module about it in my program, the InnerSpark Method. But energy and emotions are essentially, they're like one and the same. So, using this as a way to shift your energetic slash emotional state. So, seeing your energy in your mind's eye, right? Seeing your emotions, feeling what's happening in your body, and sensing um, all that's coming up for you, and shift it. Yeah. So, pardon me. So, I drank a lot of tea. So, before going into this, it can be helpful, obviously, to have some kind of trigger. And so, I know many of us, sensitive, deep feeling people, things like anxiety, exhaustion, burnout, overthinking. Yeah. So, let's do some work on this together, real quick, to close this up. So, come to a comfortable seat. And when you're doing these visualizing practices, always be comfortable. Come into your most ideal, comfortable meditative posture. It doesn't need to be, anything crazy, uncomfortable, full lotus, anything like that, unless that is comfortable to you. But just come into a place where you can really soften and relax into yourself. Okay? And inviting you to close your eyes. And just noticing what emotional state is present that may be challenging. And if you're not having one currently, just inviting in something that you do experience maybe regularly that you'd like to do a little work with. So, again, things like anxiety, overthinking, exhaustion, just kind of picking one. All right, don't overthink it. And then noticing where this lives in your body. So, how do you know if you picked anxiety? How do you know when anxiety is present? What is that like for you? How does it show up? Feeling it in your body, and then allowing yourself to begin to see it. And again, there's no right or wrong way. This is you getting very familiar with your imagination, with your energy, with visualizing what happens inside of your own unique system, tapping into imagination, intuition. So seeing this state that you've chosen to work with. How does it present itself to you? Is there a color, a texture, a shape, a temperature, a sound? Really seeing it, getting curious about it. And so continuing this spirit of visualization and play and curiosity, letting yourself transform it. And as soon as you hear me say that, you may already see and know exactly what you want to do with it. You may feel like a deer in headlights, like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, how do you want to transform this? Again, using that power of visualization. So, some ideas could be burning it, bringing in fire, letting the fire transform it. You could bring in a little vacuum or a little broom, gathering it up and sweeping it out, letting it drop down into the earth to be recycled. Again, not overthinking it, trusting the images that come to you, letting them come. And then letting that energy clear and be transformed. And then in its place, what do you see? How do you want to bring in how you do want to feel? Maybe it's confidence, joy, a sense of safety. And again, letting yourself feel that in the body, letting yourself see it, colors, textures, really soaking it in. And then as you're ready, opening your eyes, and that's it. So, two awesome ways to use visualization. Tell me how you found these practices and maybe what you chose to transform, what you chose to work with. And let me know how visualizing serves you, especially as we navigate what can be some challenging times for people in these coming weeks. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and I'll see you next time.